The purpose of this video is just to do a quick demonstration of how I like to set up my video panel on the left in the pilot seat, and using the symbology, brightness, contrast, and level and gain in the front seat. So in the back seat, what I'll do is the first thing I do is I take off my iHads. The default for that is I, so India, and then I'll go to the video page. Now it'll start out on the pilot HMD, and that's what you want it on. So now I'm just going to go down to my left here, and I've got the NVS mode. I'm going to put that up to fixed. Now I've got a picture on this. Now I like to do this without the brightness or video being changed, because as you see, once you change the video, it can change a bit, and as you change the brightness, it can change a bit. So I'll just put them to the normal up position. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the level and the gain. So the level is this inside knob. Gain is this outside knob on the FLIR. I'm not going to even bother touching any of the hi-hats yet, since that isn't actually going to affect it. Because if you see I do that and nothing happens, because I'm just adjusting the actual PNVS itself. So start out, I like to change the gain. So I'll come to the gain, and what I'll do is I'll try to adjust the gain until stuff like the clouds and the building and stuff like that, it's all visible. So I like to think of the gain as the contrast, and then if I go down then to the level, I can then change the level to change the brightness, so to speak. So I like that how it is. So now I'm gonna unpause my track IR. I'm gonna center my head. I'm gonna pull up my iHads. Now the goal now is to make this, what you're seeing on the iHads, match this, or at least look roughly okay. So what I'll do is I'll look somewhere that is very dark, like here, and then I'm just going to slightly adjust the brightness, well, like how it is there, and then adjust the contrast to your liking. And then that's this setup. And now when I look about, even if I look at something that's very bright, so if I look over to the right, we've got the moon over there, and we've got the sun. It's not blown out, because what will normally happen is if you have the level incorrect, this will be all fine, you know, you can see all this, and then you look off to your right, and then it's a bit blown out. Actually, it's not too bad by now, but you get the idea. Now, if I switch to the front seat, it's the same sort of deal. You just have to fuck about a bit more. So, like before, first thing I do is take the iHads off, and I go to the C-Flight, or CHMD. Either one works. And now I'm going to make sure that my site select is on the HMD. So the site select switch is, I remember where it is, on the actual TDAC. So site select switch is here. You want to press the up position and get it on the HMD. From here, you're going to do exactly the same as in the backseat and go to NVS mode fixed. And now is the exact same sort of thing that you do in the backseat. However, this time you're using these two knobs, not down here. So once again, I want to change the gain so that everything sort of is there. You can see detail. Because if you put the gain too far up, you'll see you lose all of the detail in the sky. And then if you have the gain too low, you kind of just wash everything out. So I'd say about there. You change the level as the sort of brightness. So I'd say maybe there. Now I can go back to the TADS, or whatever you want to do really. Now, if you're going to be using the TDAC, the important thing to know is you need to site select switch right, which is the TADS. And now when you use the symbology, and important thing to note is you need to have your NVS mode off in order to site select TADS. So let's do that again. So the TADS has just come up. Now you can use the symbology switch to decrease the symbology, brightness to change the brightness, contrast, contrast, and then this asterisk just resets it to default. I personally am not a fan of using the TDAC, so what I'll normally do is I'll put the TDAC on the FCR, and I'm going to site select switch HMD, bring up my IHADs again, and once again set this to fixed. And as you can see, currently I'm seeing nothing. So on your I'm seeing stuff, but on your I'm not. And that is because I believe either the brightness, the brightness, or the contrast is too far down. So just press the asterisk button and that resets it to default. And now I'm just going to adjust the brightness a touch. I like it as it is now, and then a bit of contrast. And now this is all good. If I put the NVS mode back to not off, site select switch TADS, and just quickly select my acquisition sold to my helmet site. And now if I look around, you can see it doesn't get blown out. I can look off the water, I can look off at the sun or the moon. Well, I think that actually is the sun. I noticed that as a glitch recently. And it's not getting blown out. So that's just a quick demonstration of how I do my leveling gain. Hope this helps.